Hello everyone, I am the Nighttime Gamer, and welcome back to Vintage Story. Um, I did a little bit of hunting off camera. I mined up the 3 patches of tan I showed you last episode, and that's literally all it was. Those 3 blocks in the wall. So I've got enough to make the pickaxe to progress the story. Which, if you don't know, you need a treasure hunter trader to be able to progress the lore. Now, chances are you might be able to find what he points you towards just out in the world, maybe, but the next part after that, you will never just randomly find. Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna put it past someone. Like, you might be able to just find it if you know what you're looking for. However, if you don't know what you're looking for, you will never stumble across the second part of the story. So without the treasure hunter trader, there is no progression. In the next update, I've heard that they've made some changes to that, to where every kind of trader will be able to pinpoint a treasure hunter. However, I need to eat. As you can tell, I've taken a lot of damage. That's because I needed to go get this clay. And it is dark outside, and let's see, medium rift activity. There's also like 3 rifts just outside of our house right now. So it was not easy. But we need to make some more crocs. We need more crock pots because I went hunting and got a bunch more meat. As you can tell, I only have the copper spears now, and one of them's almost broken. Is there some? Oh, there's a drifter in there. I don't think he can crawl through this. I don't even think he'll try. Oh. He hit himself with a rock. That's funny. Oh, he did come through. No, thank you. Give me one of these back. Whew. Okay. That was a little intense. I guess we keep the spear on us. It should not be too late in the day, actually. Or too early in the morning. Yeah, about 10 minutes we'll be done with drifters. But let me cut to when I'm done with this clay. Alright, we did some arranging in our inventory. Put some items away and grab some items to take with us. We need to eat. Let's grab a bowl, grab some of our food. We should probably make some poultices. Just to heal up a bit so we're not wasting all of our saturation to heal us. Alright, that should heal us enough so it doesn't drain quickly. I really want these drifters to go away. Yeah, it is 7 o'clock. What are we doing? Both horns are not scary if you stay within a good distance of them. They don't hit very hard. However, those guys kind of do. If you let them get up on you and start swinging. The rocks don't hurt very much. Where is that? The range attacks from these guys hurt a lot. So whenever you see a Bowtorn, the best thing to do is always just rush them. Ooh, a rusty gear. Cool. So we might be able to give a pickaxe to the trader. A bronze pickaxe. 10 bronze pickaxe. That is the item necessary. That item specifically is what you need to give the trader to be able to get the location of the story of the lore. And it is getting really cold. Winter is officially starting. We are well into the morning, and there is plenty of ice everywhere. Frost all over the place. Yeah, we need to get a move on. Let's see, where do we want to? Well, let's use our old pits for now. Let's use our old pit over here. Fire these. It's perfect. 3. Alright, and we need lots of sticks. Lots of grass. And how much charcoal? We'll probably use charcoal. Yeah, we use some charcoal for that. Let's put things away. things that we need to put away. Let's put them away. Let's see. We should probably go put the hides downstairs from our hunt. As you can see, we got horns off of the goats we hunted. I'm really hoping the different types of goats come back in spring. I don't see why they wouldn't, because goats would be nice. Feathers. We're gonna need to go get sticks, I guess. No, one of the reed baskets out front has sticks. And that's grass. And we need 4 each, so we need 12. Yes. Grass. Sticks. Charcoal. Grass. Sticks. Charcoal. Grass. Sticks. Charcoal. Now we need torch. Use torch to light up the kilns. And then let's go put away our hides. Alright, those will be done soon. It's back. Let's put that there. There is not anything in there. Did I put planks in that? Oh, the actual, like, plank blocks. I thought. Yeah, those are called boards, okay. Do we have a... No. We'll go down here. Put those on top there. Actually, I will take that rock with me. That goes upstairs. Okay, rock. go upstairs, put this gear away. We're gonna be able to buy something pretty. We'll warn everyone though. The first story location is we want lots of gear before we go for it. So we probably want to work ourselves at least a full set of bronze armor. And a few weapons. Also, when we go there, I think we'll set up like a base outside, like a temporary base that we just have outside. Is there like a cave? Yeah, there's a cave down here. That would be why. I'm hearing noises. My house is on top of a cave. That's okay. That just means our basement will be the perfect place to branch off into the cave so that we don't have to have this top be ugly and scarred forever. Oh yeah, when I came over here and got the 10, it collapsed the roof of the cave. So now this whole thing is full of dirt. There's the hole. Yeah, we're not going down there. We need way more light and some armor, preferably. I really suspect around here there's quite a bit of like ruins underground in the caves, because there are a few caves around. There's at least a couple ruins. There has to be, judging by the sheer amount of caves around. Yeah, I don't know. We should probably go prospecting. Honestly. That sounds like a plan. Because all the copper we have is what's on us right now. There are quite a few surface deposits that we can go mine up. However, starting an actual mine is something that's worthy of our time. So let's actually check the map. Where was our best readings of things? Let's see. So it seems south. is where our best chance to find tin is. And then I think we've already found a place for copper, right? Huh. It seems copper is going to be this way. Shame. I wish we could have found them all in the same place. Well, let's go this way and see if we can take a reading in between our two. All right. Let's dig over here. And what I should have done is make a shovel. So let me do that real quick. Let me grab some flint and make a shovel. Alright. Now we dig down. It seems there's better native copper here than where we were before. However, it does seem going this way for copper and this way for cassiterite is not going to be avoidable. So let's go back home, grab some light. Well, no, let's just go back home. Let's get ready to cook our food. Our crocs will be done by the morning, probably, or sooner. And if you're wondering, I am going around the water because it's getting cold, and if I get wet, that affects how cold I get and how fast. Ooh, that was a nasty little starter there. I usually don't have that problem. The game runs really well most of the time. I did run into a little slideshow situation once. And it was in this world, actually. There was a big landslide of dirt coming down from that cliff. And there was just so much dirt that the game just could not handle. I'm usually running about 160 FPS. But in that moment, when all that dirt came crashing down, I was getting below 30. It was bad. Well, it was also really funny. All right. We want to keep everything with us. Let's grab some light before we head out there. Let's light a fire, so it's not super dark in this place. And that'll help keep everything lit up. In case any nasties want to spawn in there. Okay. They're not done yet. Though they will be soon. And now that the outside temperature is dropping, our cellar should be storing food at a lot better rates. Yeah, and as it gets colder, the temperature will drop and the spoilage rates will get better and better. Yeah. We'll fill this up with like jars, and let's make a clay oven at some point, and make bread. That's got our stuff in it that we want. Is there a torch in here? Did I do that? Yeah. With the fire going, we don't really need one out there. So I'll just slap another one in here. And we'll just feed the fire. Calm rift activity, so we could go outside and do whatever we wanted to do. I'm not gonna do that though. Stuck inside. That feathers? There's more feathers in there, alright. Cool. Oh, and let's just throw that on there. Arrows, like a bow and arrow, it's not really good until you make bronze arrows. Bronze arrowheads, I believe, have like a 10% chance to break on a successful hit, which is a lot better than most. I think the copper ones have like a 15% chance to hit. Why am I just trying to remember this? Let me look up arrows. It'll tell me in the handbook. For anything that you question, you can look up what's in the handbook. It has a 12% chance to break. Okay. But an extra 1 piercing damage because of the type of arrow. So the bow will tell you the general amount of damage it will do. And that's that. But if you make arrow, like the better arrow you have, like in Skyrim, where your bow does damage, but depending on the arrow you shoot, it could increase that damage. Yeah, so really, I might not even want to make bronze arrows. I might just want to make different ones. And I think yeah, black bronze is the best kind of bronze to use. This is what I was thinking of. You actually get an extra half piercing damage and 2% better break chance. So, if we make bronze arrows, we'll be making the black bronze arrows. However, it seems iron, yeah, is where we want to go. Actually, if we can afford it, black bronze would be better, faster, and cheaper to make than iron. I could settle for half a point less in damage. How many types of bows are there? And we turned off the class exclusive recipes, so we can make all. Ooh, a dry recurve bow stave. That's plus 30% accuracy, 4 piercing. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really good. How do I make this? Bamboo. Raw longbow stave. 2 logs and a saw to make a longbow stave. And then you cut down the longbow stave to make a recurve bow stave. I don't really want to use oak for that. Here, let's. It is dark out here. Let's grab the smallest tree out here. This one. It could just be me, but the nighttime seems brighter. Yeah, our fire went out. So let's grab some more wood. Eat this bushmeat to tide us over because we're doing stuff. We're busy. Leave us alone, hunger. Put that down. Oh, we had a shovel here. Funny. Let's grab the shovel. Or the saw. Put the shovel down for the saw. Alright, and I'm pretty sure I can put the recurve bow stave on a tool rack to dry it faster. So that's what we'll do. We'll stick it right there in place of our spear. My brain just stopped working for a minute. Our kiln's done yet. It looks like it. I don't see any light coming from there. So I think our things are done. There's 4 more cooking pots. And 8 more crocs. Now, let's go get some food. We'll take this out. Put it over here in our smithing area. Now, let's go count food and bring up our food that needs to be cooked. Start with meat. We can do servings of 6. However, we need to do at least 12 servings to fill up an even number of crocs. However, we don't necessarily need an even number because whatever is left over, we will just eat first. But in order to make a meat-based meal, you have to have 2 sections in the pot with meat in it. So for every 6 servings, you need 12 pieces of meat. So 12. Actually, I have an even number of meat to cook as many meals as I want. Well, until our meat's out, but I'm pretty sure it's divisible by 12. Onions. So we got vegetables, protein, and berries. Let's also make a few porridge meals, because porridge is just easy. But, I happen to know what I was doing. Typically, you would not want to wait to bulk cook all your food before winter. However, I am testing to see if it's more efficient to cook our food this way. So, now let's see here. Let's start by cooking all of our meat meals first. Now, the position you put these things is very important because if you switch these around, it becomes a totally different meal. Same ingredients, different name. So then you can't stack these meals in crocs if you cook 6 servings and you plan on storing it all. So be really careful. Onions first, berries second. Remember that. I'll try and remember that, actually. Me remembering is the most important thing. That's actually... shuffle around our torches. just to make sure they don't go out. Alright, I'm gonna go get some peat. And the rest of this we can actually turn into firewood, right? Yeah. So we'll throw 2 on there. Get the temperature nice and hot. The higher the temperature, the longer it'll cook without fire. And 2 pieces, I'm pretty sure is not enough to reach max temp, or is barely enough to reach max temp of the peat. So let's move some items over to here, because we have granite stones over here. So let's just stack those. Create a free space in our inventory. You know, actually, we'll be able to eat this. So we won't even have to use our meal. If you're going for max efficiency, you should probably not cook bushmeat and eat it. You can put a stack of bushmeat in a barrel with some salt. I'm not sure how much salt. I don't remember exactly the ratio. But the salt will preserve your meat. Onions and then berries. Firewood. We can do 3 full cooking pots more. Which, that's quite a bit actually. Let's seal this one. Make a sealed crock. That one had the 4, right? I should have stuck that before sealing it. Once you pull a serving out or go to add more servings, it unseals and you have to use a whole new wax or fat. So be careful. After you seal a jar, be sure you're going to eat the contents before you unseal it. It is a permanent thing and will use your resources. Let's see. Let's open that. I'll drop in 2 bricks of peat. I think 4 logs and 2 bricks of peat should be enough for each. So, I think on our inventory now, we have just enough to make each portion of food. Now, we're probably going to have crocs left over. Which, honestly, we should probably put our completed croc on the shelf. Because it spoils faster in our inventory. So. This is going to be a process. So, I'll speed through this whole thing. And we'll be done to tally up how much food we've got. Alright, this is the food we ended up with. We ended up with... Well, we filled this entire top shelf full of crocs. So, 8 whole crocs. We filled them all. So, we have each croc holds 4 meals, or 4 servings, which 1 serving is a meal. So, 4 times 8. $32 meals. So we've got 56 meals stored for winter. This is long-term storage. These are all sealed. And we still have just over 4 stacks of onions. And just over 3 stacks of spelt. 1.5 stacks of rye. And just over 2.5 stacks of flax, green as well. And you'll see in my hotbar here, I made some more fire clay so we can make an oven. So let's go upstairs, where I didn't seal all of my crocs. There's still 2 servings and a partial serving in this bowl. And there's 4 servings of porridge stored away, not sealed. Oven. Let's make a clay oven. Now, I think 1 stack of fire clay is going to do it. However, it might not. I could be wrong. I've got a little bit more fire clay already made, and I have more stuff to make. Fire clay. However, being able to make bread is going to be a boon. Because we can use our bread and fruit and to make pies. You know, and we can split those up. Oh, crap. I'm trying not to alt and not move my head. Although, I probably need to. Duplicate. It'll be so much easier. I forgot that was a thing. Let's do that. This is gonna take a lot of clay. We're not even done with the base yet. And say 1 more layer up, and we're about halfway. Yeah, I might need to make some more clay. Oh, yeah. Duplicate. It's gonna be close. I have no idea what to expect. Alright. And then we'll switch to this one. Duplicate. I think there's only 1 layer around that's not the same. We might need some more clay. It's close. I think we're almost done. I remember from the last time I made this. I'm pretty sure we're almost done. I am out of clay. Let's let's go grab the little bit I have. I think I got like 8 pieces. 4 pieces. Let's see, is this enough? I don't think it's gonna be enough. We have some more calcined flint. Calcified. Yeah. And I have to turn it into powdered, so let's run down here to the quern. Use the base, click on the base to put the item in, and then you click on the top to manually spin it. Right. Now, either I'm gonna find some fire clay somewhere, or I'm gonna have to make a whole lot more, because fire clay is necessary for quite a few things. Oh, well, there goes all of our red clay. That's okay though. We'll celebrate with pie. Is this it? Is this all? I really only needed one more piece of clay. Just enough to make you mad. Alright. Let's put that right there. I'm gonna need a table. Unless I just want to make regular loaves of bread. Which wouldn't be bad. I'm not complaining. I'm pretty sure you make a table with boards. And a saw, maybe? Let's try this first. Okay, we need 7 boards to make a full arch. Wooden table. Perfect. Oh, yeah, that's there. We're gonna have to take all of that. Take that. More storage. We're probably gonna need it later. Alright. Now we need firewood, water, and pie filling. So let's do first, let's get some firewood. Because if I remember right, the only fuel that you can use inside the oven is wood, firewood. Alright, back inside where it's safe and bright and not dark. Huh. I'm going to... Let's try and break this axe real quick. And we broke it. Yay. Which means we can put this other axe on there. Free up another spot in our inventory. Now, fill this up with firewood. That's all it can carry. Okay. Grab this. We'll put this in here. Not using it just yet, because we need our bucket of water. So we're gonna have to go down here and get an empty bucket. Do I have an empty bucket? Yes, this bucket is empty. Thank God I had an empty bucket. Now, we need to go get some water. This isn't fully frozen yet, so water here. Okay, we have the water. And now let's make a bunch of flour. We'll grind up a stack of spelt and... Well, I'm not going to sit here, have you sit through this whole process, so I'm going to speed this up to the end. Alright, that is a full stack of flour. Let's go up here. And right here, I'll dig down. And right here. Do we have any more cobblestone? We should have plenty of cobblestone. Alright. Let me place that. There we go. Not there. And can I put this there? I wanna put some water in there. It's control. Okay. I was beginning to freak out. But now that we have that, that makes an infinite water source. Unlike Minecraft, this game, you can make an infinite source, just like that. Alright, 20 dough. That should be enough. Let's go get some filling. Pies can be filled with either berries, meat, or vegetables, but you cannot mix them. You can mix berries together, you can mix different types of meat together, and you can mix different types of vegetables, but you can't mix berries, meat, and vegetables. Those three cannot cross. So for like a meat pie, you can use fish and chicken and red meat all together. For a berry pie, I could use some of each type of berry here. Little bit of everything. Let's go. And in order to make pie, you have to have a table to lay your dough out on. So, yeah. And just the crust, unbaked, is fresh for 20 days. Berries. And you can put a crust on top by clicking that again. And you can cut the crust to have a lattice pattern, or you can have it diagonal or straight. And just clicking again resets it. Now this doesn't add any more nutrition to it. Adding the crust initially on top will add nutrition, but designing it does nothing. But yeah, that's it. So there's a pie. Let's see. Each type I'll put different. Yeah, that has cranberries in it, so the fruit saturation is not as high. So the berries you want to cook with are the currants or the blueberries. I think I'll be able to get 2 things baked with 1 round of cooking. Now, as you can see, the smoke coming off of this, it'd be a lot cooler if all the smoke only came out of the hole. But the smoke comes off like a regular campfire, so it just comes out from all around. This is actually how I got my first idea to make a chimney. I was like, would that even work for real? And then I tried it, and it does work. Obviously, the taller you go, the wider you have to make the pipe. We figured that out last time. But other than that, it works fine. Alright, and now let's put the pie in. And we watch it. When baking things, you have to watch carefully because you can burn them. Unlike cooking things in a cooking pot, that doesn't seem to be able to be burned. This, you can burn them. Now, there are benefits as well as downsides to burning. Loaves of bread and pies and stuff will actually store for longer if you burn them a little. However, it will provide less nutrition. One in open slot so I can grab this one and immediately put it in. I think I might get a round of bread in here too. Put that pie down. After you pull the pie out, you can slice it with a knife. So I could cut the pie into sections. Fresh for 80 days. Yeah. Part baked. Yeah, and you can put in 4 pieces of bread at once. Which honestly, if this cooks quickly enough, I might just cook all the bread. Though this is cooling down quite quickly, so I might need to grab a piece of firewood or two to throw in after this. Oh no, that's not good. Uh, you need an empty hand for each slice of bread. I have one now, because it'll stack on the other pieces of bread, so that'll be alright. But that was scary. I could have burnt that. Cannot place pie there. I can place it there, and I can cut it. And then I can put each piece. No, I can't. Well, now I have to carry them around as pieces. I'll go store them in, I'll just store them in here. Fresh for 58 days. And that all just cooked. Now Bread, I can. Right? Yes. Wait. I think I was holding shift down when I tried to put these down. Let's see, can I actually put these up here? No. I almost ate that. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Um, let's take some of this bread. We'll put it downstairs. I don't know if it'll store longer down here. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't. It does not store for any longer down here. Alright. Well, cool. I guess. Yeah. We move on, I guess. How did I end up with 2 pieces of bread? I thought I put them all down. Oh, I grabbed 2 extra pieces. There's no difference in the time, so I'll just stick them up here. Let me make another table. Okay, that was good for 80 days up there. Let's see. Let's take out this shelf. And we'll put a table down. And our pie on it. 50 days? That's weird. I don't know. Good for 8 days in our inventory, so let's not carry it. Yeah, carrying it in our inventory is what decreased that time. So wherever we make the pie, just leave it there. Let's put our berries back in here. We need... How many pelts do we have? We don't have any pelts. Let's make some pelts. And let's look at the recipes for clothing. I'm not sure what it's called now. Let's see. There we are. Rawhide. Rawhide is one word. So we need 2 mediums, or 4 smalls, or 1 large. Okay. I have all of that actually. Let's use the smalls. The shirt. Let's use mediums for the shirt. This will help us stay alive outside. Shirt. Pants. Let's see. It's fur. Fur is the other stuff. It's fur coat. That takes a lot. 8 for a coat. That's small ones. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Is there not enough durability in my knife? Oh, it's because these have to be cured first. So, yeah. Because I need pelts. These are still raw. So 2 pieces of fat for that. Gloves. 4 small ones. And another piece of fat. So 3 pieces of fat. Three pieces of fat. I hope I don't forget. I do that a lot, just forget. Alright, that's probably gonna take like a day, so. Also, where did my knife go? I think I actually put it downstairs. Yes. Yes, I did. So, that should be enough to hold us over for now. Because that'll be our coat. Um, boots. That's the one thing we didn't. Survivor boots. No. Hunter boots. No. Do I have to find boots? Are there fur boots? Yes. Yes. Okay. Those are pelts. So I'm gonna need 2 more medium hides. Because I didn't have any more small ones. And that will be all of our clothing for the winter. With all of those clothes, I will be more than happy to step outside when the time comes. See, what is our diet? We're lacking grain, so let's eat a piece of bread. I don't need that. That holds heat really well. Wow. Do we want shelves in here? Nah, we could probably use a shelf in here. Stack like our ingots. Nah, our ingots stack better in a neat pile. It's not really good for anything other than like, I don't know, eventually we'll maybe store cheese and stuff, but right now, let's put them in there. Let's put our prospecting pick away. We are now on that pick. Let's see how many. That's 23% dry already. That, I love that. It's only been like 1 day. Alright. Let's see. Do we have any more clay? That's the only bit of clay we have. With this compost, we'll be able to do quite a bit of flax next year. Well, as long as we have a good enough temperature, we can grow flax. lots of flax. We'll put that in the kitchen. What can be done with these? I know I could probably repair them. I don't really want to, though. Is there any way I can do this? No. Well, we'll put it in there for now. And maybe we'll find a use for it later. I don't know. Mayhaps. We'll throw the bucket under there. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Did I say I was gonna do anything else? I don't think I said or promised anything. I think off camera I'll smelt up the tin and make that pickaxe so we can get that marked on the map first thing next episode. But I think we've accomplished everything I want to, because the world's getting really cold. There's not much I can do outside other than I could probably go hunting a couple more times before the year's out. Get our cellar kind of stocked up and ready. In the winter though, if I need to, I can always just hunt some wolves and bears for food. It's not ideal, but having a bunch of bushmeat on hand is a lot better than having nothing. So, and I know the weight of animals is decreased in winter, but it's not zero. So, hunting will still net a little bit of food, and the commoner won't need that much to sustain themselves. Anyway, I have been the Nighttime Gamer, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Hit like if you liked the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and good night, everyone.